It's BBC Radio Stoke, and every weekend around this time I love to have a nosy at what you get up to in your spare time. Your weekend passions, if you will. And my guests this morning are part of a group from Newcastle. It's been going since 1934, and it's fair to say you're never happier than when people pay to watch you perform.
That's what we'd like to have, yes, certainly. Plenty of them.
This is Chris and Moira Hammond from Newcastle Players. Thank you so much for coming in this morning.
You're welcome.
Let's touch on, first of all, what drew you to the bright lights of the Amdram stage?
Well, I think we've always had an interest in theatre, various musicals quite often, and dramas, over the years, and we just wanted to get involved again.
So it's never something you've done professionally?
Oh, no.
You ever been tempted?
No.
No, really?
No, just fun dabbling around in it and, so meeting friends and, it's social and it's very good, yeah.
But you must want that outlet, though, to be able to show off.
Well, I don't know about that. I suppose there must be an element of it.
Yes, I think so, Maura.
And Chris, you're a more behind-the-scenes man.
Yeah, I'm sort of the technical guy. I help with a team of other people to construct the sets. I've done a lot of sound and music, backing sound effects for the plays that go on, crashes and...
You make
things.
them?
Well, we either make them or find them.
Okay.
Nowadays, on the internet, you can find anything, can't you?
So, in olden days, then, someone said, I don't know, we want the sound of a horse running, you'd go and get some coconuts or something, would you?
We've got a mini-disc recorder. We go out, actually record sounds, record people's voices. We record conversations, which are filled in, sometimes used as fills in the play. Oh, I've done some quite complicated sound effects in my time, yes.
And you make your own sets in Harts Hill?
Oh, yes. In Harts Hill we have a workshop, which was a men's institute for Minton pottery.
Yeah.
Built in 1859 or something like that. It was a learning institute for the men of the pottery at that time. But anyway, nowadays it's a Grade 2 listed building at Harts Hill, almost opposite Holy Trinity Church, and more importantly, opposite the Jolly Potter pub, where we retire to after we've been set building for a good drink to wet our lips after a dusty evening.
And provide you with future inspiration, presumably.
That's right, yes.
So, what kind of things have you made then? Is it quite unusual for an Amdram group to actually go to this length?
Well, we have a load of flats, if you like, about 12 feet high flats, any width from 2 feet to 6 feet wide, which we erect in the right, and loads of doors and windows and things like that, erect in the appropriate style of whatever the play is trying to portray.
So a flat being the backdrop scenery, as it were?
No, it's the actual part of the scenery.
Right.
It's a rectangular structure which you put lots together to make a wall or...
to give the impression of a town
room, or it's usually a room in a house, or we put it in stairs. And we've done some very complicated sets up to now, sometimes two-storey ones, like Noises Off was particularly like that. We had a scaffolding skeleton around which we built the whole set, and there were stairs, and someone had to fall down the stairs and things like that, so it was very involved, that one, yes. And
you enjoy the challenge then, presumably?
Oh, yes, we do.
Is that your background, that kind of work?
Well, no, my background is electronics, but I've got the technical background to help, and I did an apprenticeship in electronics and mechanical engineering, so
that helps, I suppose, doesn't it? Really,
yeah, helps, yeah.
And you are looking for more behind-the-scenes people, I suppose, because the impression that many have of amateur dramatics is you're looking for people to perform, but that's not necessarily the case.
No, they often come to. Well, more often they'll come to us, saying, especially through the website now, saying, yes, I'm interested in acting, but we do really, really want to hear from people who are interested in the construction side of learning how to construct sets, and decorating, of course, follows on from that, and also within the society, admin work, just to keep it ticking over. We want anybody who's interested in that sort of thing, the PR and publicity. We need somebody to edit the bulletin that we send out to our members every couple of months or so, I suppose.
Yeah, that's right.
Just to keep people up to date. So it's a lot of that sort of work we need, people to work on the committee. And also, I mean, backstage work as well involves props and wardrobe and that sort of thing.
Makeup and wigs sometimes.
Yes.
All that kind of thing,
that's right.
know.
And this is a group with a long history, isn't it? With Touchstone goes way back to 1934.
Yes,
Absolutely,
yes, we've performed continuously over the years. I think it'll be certainly over 100 plays.
Well, that's since we went to the Mitch.
Yeah, we went. Oh, yes, that's 100 plays at the Mitch
since 1958.
Right, okay.
Do you know when you're returning back to the Mitch Memorial
Yes,
Theatre?
we'll be coming back next year. Next year in
April and November.
April and November.
Well, let's just touch on finally your next performance, which will be at Stoke Rep Theatre, won't it, in October?
Right. Yes.
It involves a taxi driver who, is it fair to say, is kept busy by more than just his fares?
Yes, I think
That's
so.
right.
Yes,
That's
yes.
right.
2 wives and 2 families, and the 2 youngsters in the family, a boy and a girl, meet as they would do these days on the internet.
Oh, so it's topical.
Oh, very topical,
yeah.
very up to date, and they of course find themselves very intrigued that both their fathers have got the same name and the same occupation, a taxi driver, and
Same age,
and all this sort of thing, and they think
Even the
we
same-
really must meet. And the whole play is set around the poor father and his hapless friend, well, a lodger, isn't it, Stanley the lodger in the house, who's in cahoots with all this, trying to keep the families apart.
trying to keep the young couple apart.
Well, the young couple, yes, desperately.
Yeah.
And so that it's crazy, hilarious farce.
And presumably rehearsals are underway now.
They're
for that,
underway
Yes,
now,
they've
yes.
started now, yes.
Yes, our director, Chris Lockett, is leading a team of however many actors there are
There's
in it.
about 8, isn't there?
About 8 actors, yes, and they're already rehearsing. We've been to a rehearsal just to witness it ourselves.
We had a quick look.
And we shall be going to rehearsals because I'm actually stage managing the play during the week of the play. So you have to be doing things like about the middle of September, we'll be taking along sound effects there's lots of doorbells and phone ringing going on, different phones.
Lots of tapping on keys, presumably, if it's internet-based as well, yeah?
So my assistant stage manager, Lucy Bryan, I'll be getting her to do all that. So she'll be coming to rehearsals and getting this cast used to hearing their particular bell or phone and timed in, of course, at the right moment.
There's a lot more goes on behind the scenes with these performances than people would ever appreciate.
There is.
Very
And
much
it's a very interesting place to be and we've had young people come through us, do backstage work and on stage, and go on to have professional careers. So it's very good for
So launch board, as it were, yeah?
Yes.
local young people to get involved, and there might be a future for them in it.
Well, thank you so much for coming in this morning.
That's our pleasure.
And if people want to find out more about your next performance, or indeed just getting involved generally, you've got a website, haven't you?
Yes, we have newcastleplayers.org.uk. You can catch up with us there and find out how to buy the tickets for the play. There's a mobile number. Tickets are reservable from now onwards, although they won't be distributed until a few weeks before the play.
And the play is called Caught in the Net by Ray Cooney.
Lovely. Thank you for popping in. Chris and Moira Hammond from Newcastle Players. This is BBC Radio Stoke. It's 25 to 8.